Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. In case this is your first time watching, hi, my name is Leslie. I'm so glad to have you here. On my channel I talk about all things luxury, in particular handbags. I do have a soft spot for handbags, but basically everything in the greater realm of luxury. So jewelry, SLGs, I'll film unboxings, reviews, comparison videos, shopping vlogs from time to time. So that sounds like a thing. I would love for you to consider subscribing and also give this video a thumbs up. That would really help me out a lot. So today's video is going to be basically an update to one of the very first videos that I ever filmed on YouTube. Some of you may recall that I actually started in 2020. The video I'm talking about is my 2020 SLG collection video. It was a little cringy to watch back, but I wanted to check out what I mentioned in the past video. So yeah, if you're interested, although bear in mind it was one of my first videos, I'm gonna link to the video up here and in the description box below. But yeah, 2 years or like more than 2 years have passed since then, and my SLG collection has definitely changed quite a bit. I'm proud to say that I've actually been able to downsize my collection, so this video will be on the shorter side. You won't be seeing like 20 plus SLGs. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love small leather goods, but I'm way too lazy to change in and out of different like wallets and card holders and stuff. So the SLGs I do own, apart from like maybe 2 or 3, are basically in constant use and rotation, which I realized is the way to go for me, at least when it comes to small leather goods. So before I ramble on any further, I guess let's get started. Oh, by the way, if you want me to film a like dedicated video on one of the items that I'm about to show you, definitely let me know in the comments below. And also I did film quite a number of videos on some of the pieces that I'm about to talk about, so I'm gonna try to link as many like relevant videos in the description box below. But again, just let me know if you have any additional questions on one of the pieces that I'm talking about. I guess we're gonna start with card holders. I think the last time I filmed my SLG collection, I went through my collection in like chronological order. I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna go by, I guess, categories. So category number 1 is card holders, and I have a total of 3 to show you. So as I said, not a lot, and even that is quite a lot because usually you're only using one card holder at a time. So the first card holder I have right here is the Louis Vuitton Monogram reverse, or like reverse monogram card holder. Super simple layout, as I guess it is the case with most card holders, but yeah, you have like one compartment right here on the back or on the front, depending on what you consider to be the front. So one compartment here, one compartment like mirrored on the other side, and a center compartment right there. And I'd say most of the time I have 2 cards inside this middle compartment and 1 card on either side. I bought this, I want to say in like fall of 2020, which is why it wasn't included in my previous collection video. And yeah, I've been using it religiously until I switched into this cutie. This is my most recent edition, and I didn't purchase it for myself. I got it as a birthday present from a dear friend of mine. It's from Polène, so I guess not particularly like a luxury, but Polène is definitely a brand that a lot of luxury YouTubers talk about. Some of them are sponsored, some of them aren't. A few of you may know, in particular if you follow me on Instagram, I did purchase a Polène handbag, I want to say like 1.5 years ago at this point. I wasn't overly like impressed with the bag itself because I mean that can happen with any brand, but the flap, I think I purchased the Numéro 1 where it has a top handle and also a flap, and the flap was like really wonky, was like, yeah, really off center. So I wrote the customer service and they were like, no, it's perfectly fine, just adjust it and the bag is perfect. And I was like, it kind of isn't. And I also, I think I put up a poll on my Instagram stories and like 99% of you said, definitely it's crooked. I'm not imagining things or anything like that. Anyway, I ended up sending the bag back, but I had to pay like 15 euros for the return shipping. And in general, the customer service wasn't the best from my personal non-sponsored opinion, but yeah. This one right here, apparently the quality control ended up being perfect for the friend that purchased this for me. And yeah, I really love the color. It's definitely a lot more malleable. I mean, it's leather, whereas the, where is it? Here we go. whereas the LV card holder is obviously coated canvas and it's a lot stiffer. If you try to bend it, it's not as easy as with the Polène one. See, this one opens up and this one just kind of like forms an S, and that's about it. But yeah, so from that perspective, I'd say you'd definitely be able to get away with fitting in a few more cards than in the LV card holder. In terms of the layout, it's basically the same. So pockets on either side and a really generous middle compartment. And as I said, this is the card holder that I'm currently using. And the last card holder, which has a bit of a different layout, and it's also not like luxury, but yeah, it's a Kate Spade card holder. I think I purchased this on My Theresa or Fashionette, which is a German like online retailer. This one, as I said, has a bit of a different layout. You have two side pockets on either side, so two right here, third and fourth. I hope you're able to see what I'm seeing or what I'm trying to portray here. So like two, and a, yeah, again, a generous like middle compartment. It's lined in like a fabric material, whereas the Polène one, obviously, because the outside is leather, also the inside is leather. And yeah, I just thought it was super cute, and this is definitely a card holder that fits a lot more than the card holders that I just showed you. And also for size comparison, for example, this one is a lot bigger as well. Next off, not really exciting, plus I'd say almost everyone in the luxury community owns at least one of them. I own two. This is the Louis Vuitton Pochette Clés. This one is very heavy because it's currently full with coins and like additional cards and stuff. Basically, as I mentioned time and time again, my usual like wallet situation, I don't use a like full-size wallet anymore. It's basically a card holder and this one for like additional stuff, some cash and headache medicine, yeah, bunch of knickknacks basically. So yeah, usually this is my wallet situation. This one, however, is basically a backup, and I just purchased it like years and years ago, back when I think I paid like 140 euros, and the current price might be close to 200 if I'm not mistaken, which is insane for this tiny of an item. But yeah, this is the Damier Ebene one, basically in new condition because I haven't used this yet. I'm just keeping it because I guess why not? Plus there might come a time when this is on its last leg, so I'm gonna switch out into this one. Although I do have to say I prefer the Monogram, which is actually quite interesting because back in the day when I purchased my first couple of Louis Vuitton handbags, my Speedy 35 bandolier, which has since left my collection, and also my Neverfull GM, which still is in my collection. Both of them are in Damier Ebene, so in like this print. And when it came to Monogram, I was like, oh, that's so tacky. Plus, I mean, also the vachetta, which I wasn't a fan of it patinaing over time, etc. I mean, there's no vachetta on here, so I don't have to worry about that. But now I feel like I've fallen out of love with the Damier Ebene and I'm more a fan of the Monogram canvas. For example, I also have my vintage Noé and also my Pochette Métis, and both of them are in Monogram. So yeah, definitely, if I had to choose between the two, I'd go for the Monogram Pochette Clés anytime. In the last SLG collection video, I also had this like huge ass zippy wallet from Louis Vuitton, which I had purchased on Vestiaire Collective. Back in the day, I used to be a full-size continental wallet type of girl. The biggest wallet that is still in my collection is this one right here. This is from Miu Miu and also a purchase from Vestiaire Collective. And to be really honest, even this one is way too big for me at this point in time. I mean, it's definitely useful that you can put your bills inside there without having to fold them. And there are a bunch of card slots right here, plus a zip compartment, which is also really generous in size, where you can put like additional cards or like receipts and obviously cash. But I don't know, I think I've just gotten so used to just using a card holder in my Pochette Clés that I feel like this one is way too big. Plus, I mean, over the years, I've definitely added smaller and smaller bags to my collection, and this guy does take up quite a bit of room because it's also quite puffy. I've contemplated selling this wallet, but I don't think it would be worth the hassle because, I mean, the corners do look very worn and yeah, the color has rubbed off a bit. I mean, it basically came in this condition when I purchased it, which also was reflected in the price. I think I paid like 50 euros for this leather Miu Miu wallet. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get rid of this. And the last wallet, which I think it's officially called Zipped Coin Purse. Anyway, it's basically a mini wallet from Chanel, my only Chanel SLG. It's in caviar leather with gold hardware and obviously in black. And on the inside, authenticity card. It's basically, yeah, 3 compartments. The inside is in this like burgundy fabric and the accordion on the side is in leather, but the inside itself is fabric, made in Spain, which I'm fine with. And yeah, I mean, you're definitely able to fit quite a number of cards in there, but for some reason this card holder or like coin purse, whatever, isn't something I gravitate towards that often. Maybe it's also because, I mean, for a small SLG, this was quite expensive and I didn't even purchase it at the current price. I think I purchased this one like in 2019, so several price increases ago. But still, even back then, I think I paid maybe like 400 euros. Don't even know what the current price would be. But yeah, it's really expensive, I feel like, for such a tiny item and for something that bangs around in my handbag. I'm just a little more comfortable with using coated canvas because yeah, these are just super hard wearing. But like for more special occasions, I'm definitely making a point of using this card holder, and I'm sure I will get my money's worth out of it eventually. And we're already nearing the end of my collection. As I said, I wouldn't call it a minimalist luxury SLG collection, but it's definitely on the smaller side. So yeah, this is an item that a lot of people also own, and I've sung its praises time and time again, so I won't ramble on too much about the 6-ring key holder from Louis Vuitton. I filmed an unboxing video and also a wear and tear update because there are some, like, I wouldn't say significant, but noticeable signs of wear on this. The flap folding up like this being just one of them. Also discoloration and like scratches on the hardware and the gold color rubbing off. But I'm gonna link to the wear and tear update video right here and also in the description box below. Anyway, but regardless of some signs of wear and tear, this is an item that I've been wearing constantly ever since I purchased it. I think also around like March, April 2020, so well over 2 years. And it's obviously something that gets quite a lot of friction because you're using it at least like 2 times a day and it bangs around the door frame when you open your door. It's still in okay condition, I'd say. Next off, although it's not an item that you can purchase separately, at least not new from the boutique, although I do know that a lot of people sell their Neverfull pouches on the pre-loved market because they don't use them. I'm one of them. I mean, I'm not selling this, but I'm not using it. I'm just keeping it to keep my Neverfull in the full set in case I want to sell it at any point in time later on. So yeah, as I mentioned, this is the pouch or like the pochette that comes with the newer style of the Neverfull. Back when I purchased my Neverfull, I think in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 2014. They basically had a change of design. The Neverfull used to be a lot cheaper and didn't come with a pouch, and the interior lining was slightly different, more like with the fleur-de-lis pattern, and the LV writing was in like a more cursive and yeah, intricate writing. But yeah, they changed the style, they added the pouch, they added a couple €100 or like dollars to the price tag, and I basically, because it was the transition time, I had the choice between the old style, which was cheaper without the pouch, and the new style. Looking back, considering that I'm not using this pouch like at all, my better choice would have been to go with the older style, but yeah. And lastly, super quick, I have 2 luggage tags from Louis Vuitton. I don't think I included them in my previous video, although both of them had been in my collection at that point as well. This is the smaller size. I purchased this like way back, I think around the time that I purchased my Neverfull. So yeah, this is the smaller size. I've got my initials, so LM stamped in there. And this is the bigger size in the vachetta. And what's really like, okay, I'm gonna put this aside. What's really special about this one is it has this like a rainbow embossing or like stamp on there, and it says Beverly Hills on there. The luggage tag in like plain I got through someone that I met via a Facebook like luxury group, because she was able to get one from her SA. They are really hard to get at this point unless you own a like travel piece where you'd be able to purchase these individually, basically as a replacement item for something that you actually own. I don't own Louis Vuitton luggage items, so it was a little hard to get my hands on one of these, but I managed. And then I took this plain luggage tag with me to the West Coast, and I did manage to make a trip down LA for a weekend. And at the time that I visited LA, it was actually the last weekend of the Louis Vuitton exhibition on Rodeo Drive, which was like super unexpected. I think they had like prolonged the period that the exhibition was out. Anyway, so I was able to get this special hot stamp in this like beautiful rainbowy foiling. Really excited about this one. I'm not using my luggage tag. I mean, I used to use the smaller one on my Neverfull. This luggage tag has never been used. It just sits in my wardrobe, but I'm perfectly fine with it being that way because, yeah, the most important aspect of this tag is basically that I have it as basically kind of a souvenir from LA. Although I wasn't that much of a fan of the city, but that's beside the point. I still wanted to have something to remind myself of my LA trip. So yeah, I guess that does it for today's video. As I mentioned, I'm really happy to have downsized my collection and I don't foresee it growing any bigger anytime soon. I also don't foresee it getting any smaller anytime soon because every single item, apart from, yeah, maybe like the Chanel card holder and the Damier Ebene Pochette Clés, definitely serves a purpose, and I'm really content with the current state of my collection. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. That would help me out a lot in terms of the YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post every Wednesday and I would love to have you back. Bye.